They said, are you ready for it now?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can go now.
Okay. Yeah.
Good evening and welcome along to the Black Gold Stadium. I'm Ben Smith, joined by Harry Hugo for another top-of-the-table clash here between Poole Town and Farnham Town. Harry, we saw Farnham play another top-of-the-league outfit at the weekend, and we saw a really entertaining 2-2. What are you expecting tonight?
I think we'll see a lot of the same, to be honest. I think Poole have started really well. Both of us occupy places in the top 5, and we're playing. Both teams are playing for the ability to go top of the league tonight.
Yeah, Farnham were behind against Sholing, but that Ogo-Obi effort on the stroke of half-time ensured that Farnham very much stayed in the top 5 for now. Have got their sights set on higher honours than that as we move into the business part of the season. 6 games in now, Farnham unbeaten, and probably coming here hoping to win, though, despite it being another game against a tough team away from home.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we're no part of us as a club ever turns up to a game not looking to win. I think there's been a few teams already this season that hasn't felt like the case, and over the course of the last 2 years we've had a lot of teams come and play Farnham Town that not look to win. They've just looked to either suppress the score or run away with a draw. Farnham are going to turn up to win every single game in this league. I'm sure Poole are going to do exactly the same, so it'll be a real good test. The pitch is fantastic. People are starting to come into the ground, and this stand that we're sitting in, I think, is probably busier than usual because of the forecast of wet weather over the course of the next 90 minutes. Nothing yet, but a bit of dew on the surface, which may help the quick passing and the tempo of the game. But yeah, expecting a tough test, expecting a game that will hopefully live long in the memory. We've come down the coach. It's taken us 90 minutes to get here. It feels like a proper away day, and it will be It'll feel like a much longer journey home if we don't come away with what we want, and it will feel like a short journey indeed if we do.
Yeah, Poole have been very useful at home this season. They beat Chertsey at the weekend. They also beat Didcot at home in the FA Cup just a few days before that. They actually haven't lost at home this season, and they've only conceded the 1 goal in this ground.
They've actually not lost at home for 13 games across the last season and a bit. So a tough team to come and beat here, and it would certainly raise eyebrows across the league if Farnham Town did manage to do the beating this evening. But a near full strength squad, again as per Farnham Town's start to the season, not a full bench. Joe Jackson pulling out ill this morning. I'm sure he's watching along at home. Hello to you, Joe Jackson. But yeah, unfortunately, Farnham Town's season has been hit over the course of the last 4 to 5 weeks with an illness bug that has taken a casualty every single week. This week it is Joe Jackson. So a couple of changes in the starting 11, but nothing of any worry. We have an excellent squad, and everyone's getting back to full fitness.
It will be interesting to see how Paul Johnson decides to set the team up today. There are maybe more traditional midfielders involved than you would normally see in a Farnham 11. We'll see if Tom Leggett, Imran Uche and Matt McKenzie play as a 3. Not something you often see, but maybe just a needs-must sort of situation.
I think we'll see exactly the same formation. I think we'll see a 4-2-2-2. I think we'll see Daryl Sanders operate as a bit of a free role off Owen Dean as a striker. Changing it up a bit. I think we'll see Tom Leggett play slightly further forward than we've seen him so far this season in a 10 role that does allow him to drop back in if necessary alongside McKenzie and Uche. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting first 10 minutes to see exactly how this team sets up. Sanders, to his credit and all his positives, pressing is not going to be his strongest point. And it will be a different look Farnham team, I think, with a slightly different approach to things this evening.
Yeah, once again, Sam Evans and Great Evans on the bench, as they were on Saturday. They both came on towards the end of that game to try and help Farnham win the game. They both made an impact off the bench in previous fixtures this season. And this one is about to get underway as the teams Poole Town and Farnham Town make their way out for this top-of-the-table clash in the Southern Premier South. Farnham Town unbeaten and looking to extend that run and they line up with Zaki Wallet in goal. The one change at the back is Jordan Stepney in for Joe Jackson. Jack Dean will play at right back, Brandon Mason left back, and the captain Ryan Kinane in the centre. The midfield will see Matt McKenzie and Imran Uche. We're expecting to see Tom Leggett push into more advanced position with Bobby Joe Taylor, and Daryl Sanders will play off of Owen Dean up front. The bench is Sam Evans, Ogo Obi, Great Evans and Ben Purcell. So no Joe Jackson through illness, and no Adam Little tonight either, and Kai Tanner, of course, with the long-term injury that he sustained at Gosport. He's here but not involved. And Poole lined up with Adam Parks, Josh McCormick, Ryan Campbell, Josh Staunton, Billy Lowes, Chris Campbell, Shaquille Grengui, IK Hill, Harvey Slade, Corey Jordan and Antonio Diaz.
I think it's going to be a loud one behind the goal. Only a few of the Poole lads there, but I think they're clearly going to make a lot of noise. And yeah, like I said to you a minute ago, this stand alongside us is pretty busy too. Big top of the table clash.
And we've seen some great Farnham performances in this new away kit already this season.
What's your favourite so far? Dorchester. It's got to be Dorchester.
Dorchester was an away day that we've been waiting for years, really, isn't it? In terms of the calibre and the feeling of victory that afternoon.
Yeah, it was a brilliant day. Brilliant day. Well, look, Ryan Kinane's called forward. Will he win a toss? I don't think he's won one so far this season. Will Kinane win his first altercation of the evening?
With the Daryl Sanders change of position, Harry, do you see that as an acknowledgement that Sanders maybe hasn't been as involved as he would have liked to have been in some parts of games this season? Is it a move to try and get him more action in front of goal?
I think that's part of it. I think, it's about fitting in as many good players as you possibly can. I think also Paul Johnson will be mindful that he wants to be able to change the game, and he's got 3 excellent forwards off the bench. Daz, again, for all his positives, he's unlikely to ever play 90 minutes, and if he starts in that position, you've got 3 players that would very naturally go and change position, off the bench for him. But we want to get the best out of our best players. You could get Daz as close to the goal as possible. You're probably in a better spot. We've seen him operate here a couple of times, more so in second halves of games. But never really seen him start from this position.
So Farnham Town will get this underway when we're all ready. And Daryl Sanders not the only one in a more advanced position tonight, as you see Tom Leggett pushing into that number 10 role. He has scored this season in that aforementioned game at Dorchester. And Imran Uche in from the start for the first time in the league after playing at Erith from the start in the FA Cup a couple of weeks ago. Jordan Stepney back in after sitting out against Sholing. Paul Johnson has not been afraid to rotate in every position so far this season, with a very busy schedule of fixtures right from the get-go, and that's a loose one from Bobby Joe Taylor and Jordan Stepney.
It was fun to get in their rhythm nice and early, get on the ball, try and get every player a touch.
Brandon Mason offering an option for Kinane. He's got Tom Leggett up with him.
That's nice.
Here's Sanders, and now Uche.
I think you already can see that Sanders is going to operate as a totally free role, almost leaving Owen as the true 9.
Poole pick up the second ball there, crucially. Uche can start another attack for Farnham. Just been building up his fitness in Imran Uche since his summer arrival.
Yeah, had that very annoying finger injury in the opening minutes of his debut at Cobham in pre-season.
Here's Jack Dean. Poole try not to give Farnham any time to relax back there. It is a big pitch, it is a wide pitch, and Farnham will look to use that width with Mason, won't they?
Yeah, they will. It was the first thing we noticed when we walked out onto the pitch, not just its quality, but also how wide it was. It's big. It really is big.
Yeah, Farnham don't usually play with wingers, but their fullbacks certainly this season have both been very keen to get forward. Herendeen will chase this one down. And
nice tackle.
He's stolen it, and now it's Leggett on the edge. That'll be the first corner of the evening.
Nice and direct from Farnham Town, getting the ball from back to front quickly. And Leggett already in positions I've never seen him before in. First of all, in this near side, holding the ball up, sort of left wing position, and they're just on the outside of the box.
So the first chance for Bobby Joe Taylor to pick out a teammate in green and white. Canaan and Stepney have gone forward.
Great ball.
Oh, and it was met by Jack Dean in the 6-yard box.
Just too high for him, or he mistimed his head, I'm not sure which, but good chance. Wicked delivery by Bobby Joe Taylor.
Yeah, his delivery's improved, hasn't it, as the season's gone on. He maybe didn't have it how he wanted it in the first couple of weeks, but a couple of assists from set pieces in recent times for the former Dorking man. He's made an instant impact at Farnham Town. That's Hill. And now Slade.
That is incredibly lucky.
Fallen nicely there from Campbell. And a real shooting opportunity this. It was Diaz with the effort.
Came out of absolutely nothing off the back of a slip.
And Waller has released Herendeen.
It's a great kick.
He's got Taylor with him. Quick transition for Farnham. And it ends with a Taylor effort, does it? He's looking to find the yard for an opportunity. Couldn't quite get it through the Poole bodies.
Great touch from Jordan Stepney.
Here's Sanders. Now Mason. Farnham again looking to use the width that they have with the two attacking fullbacks, but they've got to go the other way now, and Dean does just that.
Yeah, brilliant from Jack Dean.
Uche moves
That's
it on
nice.
quickly to Sanders, and now Leggett with Mason on the overlap, and it's nicely weighted from Leggett into Mason.
Really good. Oh, just couldn't get the right side of his man.
Good attacking intent from Farnham Town in these opening exchanges.
Really good from Matt McKenzie.
Doing what he does best. Nice quick passing this from Farnham. Leggett's touch just let him down. One back by Sanders. Paul Johnson will be very encouraged with what he's seeing so far.
Yeah, it's been an excellent start from the away team.
Here is Stepney.
The slight amount of dew on the surface is probably helping Farnham's slickness of pass. Feels quick, the tempo, when the ball does go forward.
That's great. Spread out to Mason if it can get to him. Just cut out. Chris Campbell's going to have a lot of defensive work to do, keeping tabs on Mason.
Played a lot of last season as a wing-back rather than a winger.
Looking to get Dean in again. He's always on the move, Herendeen.
Yeah, and he can run himself into the ground this evening because Farnham have got three strikers that can come on and make a huge impact. Sam Evans, great Evans, and goal scorer at the weekend, Ogo Obi. So Owen Dean, even if he puts in a mammoth shift for 55, 60 minutes, you know, it's going to be worthwhile. Same for Daryl Sanders up there.
Taylor into Sanders, just cushions it back to Mackenzie. He's looking for Leggett.
Oh, nice idea. Brilliant bit of defending, to be fair.
Parks looks forward, and again it's won by Kane. Here's Uche. Farnham really controlling possession. Now Dean again for Daryl Sanders. And Sanders put it in there towards the 6-yard box. We're already seeing a decent amount of the ball, Sanders, in this free roll. Leggett. Now Dean. Brandon Mason with a chance to cross, perhaps. Just ran out of room.
Excellent opening 8 minutes for Farnham Town. Making Poole Town run a lot left to right. Nothing yet to worry the Poole Town goalkeeper.
That one's charged down by Dean. We've got Farnham off and running on Saturday with that beautifully taken finish against Sholing. Clearly that double at Erith boosted the striker's confidence after he was asked to sit on the bench for the first couple of games this season. He's firmly in the manager's plans ever since. Sanders gets to it. It's just muscled off it. And now Slade. That Farnham press evident again, this time being led by Taylor.
That was nice.
Comes over here to Antonio Diaz. And now McCormack. Direct route again taken by Poole. Again, it's won by Kane in the air, but it does drop for Slade.
Yeah, with a bit of
Slade
space.
will look to get the left back Campbell involved. First real passage of attacking momentum for Poole. Enough Farnham players in the way. Back out to Slade. Leggett just got a foot in. And it's back with Parks. Farnham continue to pressurise Poole when they're in possession, but they're just surviving at the moment with McCormack.
Yeah, a bit of a bounce back set of possession here for Poole Town. Needed to get their own foot on the ball after a really good first 10 minutes from Farnham Town.
Just looking to slow it down momentarily, the home side. And in the end, they do go long again. Both McCormack and Campbell going for it. And it's McCormack who emerges. Mackenzie comes across to help out and wins the free kick off McCormack. Clever from Mackenzie.
Was. Farnham need to be strong in the tackle tonight. It's going to be a physical battle. Going to need to win those 50-50 challenges.
Nicely done from Waller. and it's picked up by Taylor. Owen Dean wants it. Dean looking to give it back to Taylor, holds on to it in the end. He's got Jack Dean with him. Sanders
comes back the other way.
Now Leggett, and it's nicely worked into Dean here. Owen Dean just crowded out, and Farnham have to settle for a corner. It might have been more.
Yeah, just so disappointed we don't manage to get the shots off there. 2 chances to get into the... Well, 2 chances in the box, both falling with forwards. One with Owen Dean and earlier with Bobby Joe Taylor, neither getting a shot away. The only disappointing thing about Farnham's start so far is they haven't really tested the goalkeeper. But a lively start. And a good chance was carved out in the last corner.
It's the usual suspects forward. And it's another delivery that's right on top of the goalkeeper. Well dealt with.
That was. Yeah, another wicked delivery by Bobby Joe Taylor.
Real standout player in this division. And he's going to take this throw as well from the other side.
Interesting. Maybe something from the training ground here, because wouldn't expect Bobby Joe Taylor to go from one side of the pitch to the other. But there is a lot of room, I would say, between stand and pitch.
It is long from Taylor, and Kinane was the man tasked with flicking that on. He gets another corner.
I mean, it's worked. Wouldn't constitute it a long throw, but you do have a run up. Owen Dean actually does hold a bit of a cannon, and Matt McKenzie has an enormous throw, but due to his shoulder injury, I'm very cautious to see him do it. But he can throw it right the way up to the penalty spot, Matt McKenzie.
Taylor goes short to Sanders. Taylor gets it back, and that is a goal kick. Farnham can't believe the decision. Poole fans are delighted with that one.
Yeah, I think they're as shocked as anyone else. Not sure why Taylor would have picked it out rather than cross it in that position. But here we are. Bit of a wasted corner attacking opportunity.
Poole can't afford to keep giving Farnham those opportunities though. There's Campbell. Here we go. That was Lowe's.
I have to say, Farnham have been very aggressive, trying to win the ball back. They've looked to turn it over very quickly.
Diaz, who looks to have a bit of a free roll himself for Poole tonight. And now Lowe's. Kenzie cut it out, but Poole did have a second opportunity, but now it's with Daryl Sanders.
Okay.
And now Uche
Didn't get a call.
had his pocket picked by Campbell. Kinane stepping in. And looks straight for Owen Dean, who just looked to cushion it.
It was a nice idea from Owen Dean.
And they will pressurise the Poole back line, play their way out of it. And now it's with Campbell. And that's been given away. Owen Dean. Sanders in the centre. Leggett also arriving. And it comes for Leggett. Crucial touch.
Very crucial touch.
He's looking to get his strikers in. Stepney with the touch. Picked up by Campbell and played through for Gwengui. Kinane read the danger.
Yeah. Danger signs for Farnham. They're going to lose the ball in those situations.
Heard the crowd. Anticipation build up there when Gwengui pick the ball up inside the box. He has scored 5 league goals this season.
That was an interesting pass.
No damage done.
Yeah, very interesting.
Here's Lewis.
Farnham starting to lose the midfield battle here.
And that was another important intervention by Kinane. And again, he looks to get them on their way quickly with Taylor. He's got 2 to his left. One of them here is Leggett. And the other one is the man over in Mason. Leggett uses that run just to cut inside. Maybe that wasn't the best choice.
Yeah, bad decision.
Very fast-paced start, as it was on Saturday against Sholing. Been involved in some good games this season, Farnham. Here's Diaz, and now McCormack. Good turn there from Lewis, but Uche doing his bit. Spread across to Campbell. And there's Mackenzie just trying to break things up in front of that Farnham back four.
Definitely a period of dominance here.
No flag against Gwengwe. Farnham deal with it.
That's where Farnham need to pick up the ball though. They're going to clear it.
Mackenzie again trying to stop. Shot coming in, this time he does so, but illegally. Foul there on IK Hill.
Defenders rightly annoyed at the forward players for not picking up the second balls once they've been cleared. Relieve some pressure. But this Poole Town resurgent 10 minutes has been an excellent one after a very fast start from Farnham Town.
So can Poole test Zaki Waller for the first time this evening? It's a perfect shooting position. But both Uche and Kinane in the Farnham wall going to make it difficult to get it up and down.
Might as well be Chris Campbell, left-footed. That's my expectation. I've seen him take quite a few. Good shooting opportunity.
And a very good shooting opportunity indeed. One that's been converted. And Poole Town, having absorbed that early Farnham pressure, hit the front.
It's a superb free kick. Sometimes you just have to accept an excellent strike, and that was one of them. Really, really good free kick into the top corner. And after Farnham's fast start, it's been undone, and Poole Town lead 1-0.
Yeah, Hill won the free kick and couldn't have placed it any better. And Farnham, as they have done on several occasions this season, find themselves behind. And it's a frustrating way to surrender that level playing field they had. But the momentum was shifting in the host's favour, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, they've had a really, really good 10 minutes. And Farnham haven't been able to get themselves out of their own half.
So, more questions asked of this Farnham team, and to this point this season they have, for the most part, had the answers. They are yet to be beaten. This is, especially when you consider they're on the road midweek, this is probably the biggest question they've been asked so far. There's been plenty to be encouraged by in this opening 20 minutes. But the decisive moment has come from IK Hill. Waller looking for Mason, just too much on it. And it's bounced off the pole, then allowed Poole to get on with it quickly with Campbell. Mason stands his ground. Indeed, won't give up those battles. Jordan. Kane steps right into the centre circle and won his battle. Here's Kane again.
All I would say is Farnham have plenty of time.
And they rarely draw a blank, Farnham Town, on any occasion. Kane into Mackenzie. Back to Waller. He plays the brave ball to Stepney. Just in a bit of space here now, Mason. Sanders is hanging deep. Pass was intended for Leggett there. And Mackenzie can retrieve for Farnham.
Well, Farnham, to be fair to them, have settled back into exactly where they started the game since the goal. But again, another test of character. And you said earlier, they have shown character consistently over the course of the last 6 weeks.
Here's Mason. Bobby Joe Taylor. Tried to weave his way through those two Poole players. Didn't get any change out of Chris Campbell. Sending the confident nod down for Kane. Cormac helps it on. That's clever. A nice touch into Diaz. Two Farnham midfielders both trying to stop Diaz making any progress, but he does push it out wide. And now it's into Wengui. And they get another free kick in an identical position to where they just scored from.
I mean, it literally looks in the same spot.
Ryan Kane not happy with the award.
I think Uche just slipped and cleared out the play. I think it was a foul, but it was unfortunate circumstances. But yeah, I mean, do you try exactly the same thing? Do you do something different? Do you have a different take up? I mean, it's only moments ago. It's only sort of 6 minutes ago that we see the ball hit the back of the net from, honestly, within a square metre of where it is placed right now. Maybe slightly closer before. But yeah, Ike Hill isn't over the ball. No. They're queuing up.
Maybe it's Campbell's turn. That's another right footer. This time easy enough for Waller. And Farnham breathe a sigh of relief. Surprised to see Hill not have another go from there.
Yeah, he's got his range, hasn't he? Wow, that's another just unnecessary pass.
It's forced Waller all the way back, and it just gives the crowd a bit more encouragement. Well, I'm just a bit unsettled at the moment. Just offering more and more hope to this set of home fans that there's really something in this for Poole tonight.
Well, they can go top, as can Farnham with a win.
Taylor with the press, and that forced the ball out to McCormick. Jordan That's a useful ball into the feet now of Campbell. And Dean lets it run. The referee getting in the way, and that was going to go to Matt McKenzie. I think Farnham want the ball in this instance. It was a loose pass. I think Farnham will get the drop ball. They just need to get back into their rhythm, Farnham. Definitely a bit spooked since the Poole opener.
Yeah, but it's not unusual for the start of this season. Farnham have fallen behind in 5 out of the 7 opening league games. 4 before this, clearly.
We've got a free kick on the halfway line here. Here's Stepney. And Waller looking to get Dean involved. She's not been able to maintain any sort of possession in these last 5 or 10 minutes. Farnham. Waller knocking it around really nicely. Some excellent ball players in this Poole lineup.
Yeah, they responded brilliantly to the first 10 minutes of pressure. Limited Farnham's opportunities, but they've really looked solid since then and confident on the ball.
Another quick ball play around the corner for Campbell. Gets there ahead of Mason. Trying to bamboozle Mason. And he does get the cross in.
What a ball that is.
And the first contact was from Gwengui. Maybe just a bit behind him. And there's another quick delivery from Waller, and maybe Farnham.
That's good though.
Well, they will get the territory gain.
Farnham just need to settle into a passing rhythm. The midfield have just gone completely missing. The only players that are really seeing the ball are Kenane, Stepney and Waller. And that is not how Farnham Town are going to move the ball up the pitch effectively. Need to get the likes of Uche, McKenzie, Leggett, Sanders, Taylor on the ball. That's better.
Here is Taylor. Trying to work space for a cross with his right. And it's not his stronger foot.
Something about these games in this division, the time just goes so much faster. It's half an hour gone already. There's just so much more erratic work in the middle of the park, very few chances, few and far between, and that's why you have to take those chances and you have to stop them happening. In years gone by, it's been games of many chances, mainly for Farnham. Very different level now.
McKenzie gives it away to Gwengui. And he's got Diaz with him. A couple of flicks and didn't quite come for Gwengui. McCormick. Allowed time to drift inside here, McCormick. Farnham let that run, and Kenane has released Taylor.
That was a clever pass.
Here's Owen Dean. He's going to have to hold it up momentarily. Support comes from Leggett, but Dean tried to squeeze it through the eye of a needle back to Taylor.
Unnecessary. And again, the ball's turned over.
Poole are doing a good job dealing with that Farnham press. Drops here for Slade.
Yeah, those are the balls that Farnham were winning 20 minutes ago. They're losing them now.
And the referee is going to give a free kick to Farnham there for a handball, and that was going to produce a card.
Yeah, yellow card.
Farnham want to get on with it quickly. Probably wise not to.
That would have been some way to score a goal. Very similar situation though to Iker Hill's free kick. Yeah, I mean the Poole player had no real complaints. I mean he was tackled well by Bobby Joe Taylor and then just held on to the ball so that he wasn't through on goal.
Yeah, it looked like it was Staunton that committed the offence. You often see the referee give defenders those decisions, don't you, when you get pressurised like that? You feel a little bit of contact. So we've seen Poole with a couple of free kick efforts from this sort of distance. Farnham are going to have one of their own here. It looks like it's going to be Bobby Joe Taylor.
I'm surprised to see Sanders away from it.
It's just Bobby Joe Taylor. And he will have eyes for goal. Now we see Sanders join him.
Interesting.
So will it be Sanders or Taylor?
It's a long way out, isn't it?
It will be Sanders. And he found the target. He tested Parks, but just not enough pace on it to really trouble him.
It was a good save. He walked across and got it, but it was a decent free kick.
Perhaps just that moment will give Farnham some encouragement. So let's find a way back into this contest, which they were on top of for about 10 or so minutes at the start. Certainly surrendered that dominance. As Stepney goes long. There's nobody up there. Farnham have just stolen the ball in a similar area to that, so they will continue to try and cause problems for those Poole defenders who are intent on playing out from the back. They're carrying it forward here, Slade. And he's played that into McCormick's path, and he can put it across. Unfortunately for Farnham, Stepney was well placed to clear that away. McCormick there given the chance to really get in behind that Farnham back line. And that produces a Poole corner. Ten minutes before the break, Poole would love to double their advantage. And it's a decent delivery.
I thought it was in for a minute. It's a great header.
We'll get another chance here. Will Campbell.
They're queuing up on the edge of the box.
Away by Stepney. Drops for Slade. And he just hooks one over his head, and it's allowed to bounce by Leggett. And just stabbed out by Dean. And every little thing just not coming off for Farnham. Defensively especially. Calm heads needed.
Yeah, it's been a game of few chances. It's a game of currently separated by a moment of brilliance.
Dean trying to win it back, and he does. Oh, and the foul goes against McKenzie. Both teams have felt hard done by with a couple of decisions tonight. Mackenzie was caught by surprise with that free kick award.
That one was an odd one. I was just not expecting him to blow up at all for that one. Didn't really get anywhere near the man, he just took the ball pretty cleanly.
Take it short, trying to catch Farnham napping with Antonio Diaz. Now McCormick. It's good. And pulled across again. And that clearance found Mason. Mason buys a free kick. But it's another chance there that Poole have had to cut it back. A low cross from a wide area. A bit too easy to get those crosses in at the moment. It's another ball forward that's picked up easily by Poole. And now Slade. Into Lewis. It's nice. Confidently done from him.
Yeah, and that confidence has been oozing out of this Poole team for the last 20 or so minutes.
Lane trying to stay close to Gwengui there. Another crossing opportunity. And Leggett picks it up and...
Can't lose it there. Can't lose it there.
That was Canane to whack it away, but it's only Dean up there.
There's a good clearance by Canane.
Uche trying to get involved. And Waller's kick is not his best. Flick though, drops for Uche, who is strong. Maybe just didn't release it quick enough there, Uche. And they've got numbers again. They've got McCormick again. Mackenzie helping out. And now Sanders. Farnham need to make these transitions count. Here's Mason. Sanders and Mason. It's the 1-2 that we've seen a few times from them this season. Well read by McCormick. That one's not troubling Farnham. Leggett coming deep now. Is Dean. Now Ryan Canane. Stepney into Mackenzie.
It's nice from Mackenzie.
Nudge through for Sanders, and Mason's in plenty of space. And now Sanders in the box. Final ball not there for Farnham. Stepney across to Canane, and Farnham have got 5 minutes until they are able to reset at the break. Probably do them good. Dean. And now Jack Dean. And now Taylor, he lets it run. And there was nobody there. Arriving on the edge. Given away to Dean though.
What a tackle.
What a crucial tackle. They want handball. Farnham, they still got it though. Aaron Dean. And now Mackenzie. Yes! Farnham Town level.
Brilliant finish. Brilliant finish. Come out of absolutely nothing really. The referee looked for so long whether or not he was going to give a penalty, and Poole kind of went to sleep. And the Mackenzie shot just took so long to go in the back of the net because it went into the top corner. But that's about Mackenzie's third goal this season. I just think he's as shocked as I am.
Well, not what he was necessarily brought in to do, but that's another big goal for him on the road. And just as I was saying, Farnham needed the break, they've got an equaliser.
Completely undeserved. It's completely and utterly undeserved. I think it's been our worst half of football we've seen this season, bar the first 10 minutes. I think we've been terrible. But you know, that's a sign of a good team. always able to put the ball in the back of the net, and that was nicely worked by Jack Dean on the right hand side, and Owen, and it fell to Matt Mackenzie. He got it under control and swiped it into the top corner.
Yeah, it was the work rate of the Deans, wasn't it, that made that goal happen. It'll be interesting to see whether it was a handball back there, but Farnham won't care one bit now. And they'll be delighted to get in level. Paul Johnson won't be under any illusions. He'll know that his team have been second best.
Absolutely. They just lost the ball too quickly, especially in the last 25 minutes or so. When they have won it back, not keeping hold of it.
That's good tracking back by Owen Dean. And the Deans are really starting to combine now. Jack Dean bombing forward with pace, and that might produce a yellow card.
Yeah.
Jack Dean doing what he does best.
Yeah, I think, if I'm honest with you, I think he's probably been our best player this season so far. Most consistent. I think he's been brilliant at centre back. I think he's been brilliant at right back. And he's had a torrid time the last 2 seasons. He's obviously a fantastic player, but he's always had injuries at such a terrible time in the season, missing loads of it. And I really do feel like we're seeing the best of Jack Dean now, and this is very much his level.
Here he is. Here's Taylor. Puts it in with his left, and all the way in, and somehow it's kept out.
What a save that is! I just assumed it was going to hit the back of the net. I was waiting for it.
Mackenzie again arriving. Lovely delivery from Taylor.
It was searching.
And he's
As is that one.
dug another one out there. That one's into the arm of the goalkeeper.
Brilliant save. Brilliant save. That would have changed the half-time team talks quite dramatically.
And now it's Poole with the loose balls forward. It's amazing what momentum can do. Leggett was a bit loose there. Mason has to get back in, but they've got numbers. Jack Dean now covering. And Mackenzie's touch is straight to Lewis. Away by Kinane now.
It's been a very odd half of football. It's been an exciting watch. I think Poole have been excellent. Farnham Town have taken their one and only real chance.
Oh, they just had another good one. That was
true, yeah.
That Mackenzie's just...
I don't know if he mishit it. I was just expecting the net to bulge.
It's a real box crusher, Mackenzie. Dean.
He's really come into it, yeah.
Once he gets in his stride, he's a hard man to stop. And that's just in between Mackenzie and Taylor. And that's allowed McCormick in.
They break with pace, don't they?
He's got Hill.
That's really nicely done by Uche.
Farnham's defensive work has gone up a notch.
This is where Farnham need to win the ball back, though. They need to keep the ball when they clear it. Otherwise, they're going to be under pressure for a consistent amount of time.
Couple of minutes extra end of this first half, which has had plenty of incident. Another long one forward. That is an interesting one for Poole. Waller stayed on his line, and perhaps fortunate.
Yeah, I don't know why he did.
Lewis didn't give up on it. Maybe the wind helping him out as well. That would have been a very unusual way to go behind again. So stay with us during half-time. We'll discuss what we've seen so far.
Yeah, we're going to do the classic not in a gantry thing of leaping over the hoardings in front of us and standing on the pitch looking like idiots.
Mason. And that is half-time. Poole took the lead with the Ica Hill free kick, and it was cancelled out by Matt McKenzie, who has got Farnham level and almost got Farnham in front.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Paul Johnson team talk is going to be one of frustration, to be honest. It was such a good stop, and they've just regressed and regressed over the course of the next 35 minutes. And I think that'll be the hot topic, and I think he'll be pretty honest with them and say they should feel let off with this only being 1-1, maybe not 2-0 to Poole. They've had their chances, but you know, Farnham have been instructed this season to take their chances, and they took one at the critical moment.
We've seen a little bit of a shift in the Farnham lineup in terms of positioning, with Leggett pushing a bit further on and Sanders playing up front. What have you made of that shift in terms of how it's worked so far?
I think if you were to take the first 10 minutes, you'd go, wow, I can see how it works. Quick passing, exciting football. You know, it probably extended the width options with Brown and Mason really pushing on high. We didn't see a lot of Jack Dean in the early exchanges, but you know, we know how dangerous he can be. And it was working really nicely. And then I just don't really know what happened in the 11th minute, and the momentum massively swung. And then you start to question, okay, is the work rate right for that front four off the ball? And you know, will Farnham Town look to make an early sub in order to change that? They're very fortunate to be in at the break 1-1, and they've got 45 minutes to try and grab a winner. I'm just going to dive out for 2 minutes and leave you to talk, and then I'll be back.
So Farnham Town are unbeaten this season, as I mentioned. They are proud of that record. They are a team that have held several records and accolades, and been back-to-back Centurions and unbeaten in Step 5, of course. So they are a proud club with desires, of course, of keeping this unbeaten run going. Poole have actually moved to the top of the league as it stands. Not every team in action tonight, so they've jumped Gloucester and Walton and Hersham without those two playing. Farnham, as it stands, in fourth. Hungerford behind in their game at Evesham, so they've dropped out of the playoff picture as it stands. Farnham Town got another very tricky fixture this weekend against Taunton. The next league fixture, in fact, that's the following weekend after this one, where Farnham played Burgess Hill in the FA Cup. But that Taunton fixture, and then Gloucester after that, 2 home games in quick succession against teams with ambitions of finishing right towards the top end of the table this term. But Matt McKenzie with his 3rd goal of the campaign, and he could very easily have had another for Farnham. They've won 3 and drawn 3. Of course, that previous midweek evening away at Gosport, they were 1-1 and then 2-1 down just before half-time. They were 3-1 down there, Farnham, but still had it in them to come and rescue a point. Sam Evans and Bobby Joe Taylor scoring in the last dozen minutes. They're also behind at Dorchester. Got themselves level. 1-1 at the break, 1-3-1. So they will feel, despite how bad that first half was at times, that they can not just hold on to a point, but possibly take all 3. It was 2-2 against Sholing at the weekend, of course. 4 goals in the first half and nothing in the second. It was a much tighter second half, but Farnham Town, brand new to this level, brand new to this league, are not too disheartened by those points dropped. The Wimborne draw would have been the more upsetting one, but even that one in the circumstances was probably a decent result given the nature of it. 97th minute, Great Evans penalty. So they've got options tonight. Farnham on the bench, as we mentioned, Sam Evans, who missed quite a lot of time after that Gosport draw. He scored the goal that got them back into it on the 13th of August there to make it 3-2. He did pick up a knock that evening that sidelined him for a little while. He came on against Sholing on Saturday, just building up that match fitness again. Great Evans, of course, has also been out for large chunks of this campaign. And they have got Ben Purcell. Paul Johnson has rotated his midfield quite heavily. Has got Uche and Mackenzie available. Didn't always have Imran Uche. Picked up an injury pre-season, but he's okay now, and he's somebody that we're hoping to rack up the minutes this season after his summer arrival. Ben Purcell, someone you might see involved. He is the only midfielder on the bench. No Joe Jackson and no Kai Tanner. Jackson ill, Tanner out for a while. And the other one, Ogo Obi, on the bench. Scored the equalizer against Sholing. And also scored at Dorchester, of course, and he should be fresh after being withdrawn in the second half on Saturday. And a good goal scoring form now. It's a real plethora of options Farnham have these days. Adam Little's not here tonight. He would be another one if he was available. So plenty of goals in this Farnham team, and this is not an easy Poole team to break down. They have only conceded twice, including the one they've just let in from Matt Mackenzie. They've only conceded twice at home this season. The other one coming against Evesham when Andre Wright in the 72nd minute earned them a point here a couple of weeks ago. Poole's home form, they beat Hamwell 1-0. They got that point against Evesham, and they've beaten Didcot in an FA Cup replay. They've beaten Chertsey here in their latest league fixture a week ago. So they're good at keeping it tight, and that won't be an easy task in this upcoming 45 minutes. And we do, of course, appreciate those of you that have joined us on YouTube to watch. A few questions coming in the chat. Cooksley not ready for action just yet. We do expect to see him sooner rather than later. And yeah, we did see some good saves, especially from Adam Parks in that first half to keep this.
Sorry about that.
At 1-1, and Harry's back.
Shall we go and jump over? How long's left?
2 minutes now.
Oh, right. That's a shame.
Probably better for my quad if we don't, anyway.
Fair enough. Fair enough, yeah. Sorry, I grew up around here, so quite a lot of people... well, my mum was here. I think she might have been on camera there. She'd be delighted. And some old friends who used to live in the area have come down, whose son actually used to play for Poole Town. So my mum used to come here quite a lot and watch him. Nice.
I've gone through all the game. I mean, it was quite an occasion on Saturday to reflect on, now that you've had a couple of days to look back on. Probably what's one of the biggest days in Farnham Town's history, at least since you were involved.
I think in general, I think it was such a incredible occasion, and so many people talked to me about, remembering what the good old days were like at Farnham, and how much it's changed, and also loads of new faces that came along on Saturday for the first time for lots of different reasons and enjoyed themselves. And yes, if you were there and for the first time or the 300th time, apologies for the long queues and the tightness around the ground with that many people in the ground. It was a difficult occasion to manage, not knowing exactly how many people were going to turn up. We did our best. We've learned a shed load in order to improve it going forward, and I hope that our next game that does more than probably 1,500 will run a lot smoother. Queues will be reduced, security will be up, stewarding, and everything else that goes with it. So thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for being our guinea pigs for 24 hours on a Saturday with Peter Crouch as the mascot. It was an amazing occasion. I thought the game was fantastic. It was a great advert for the level, and in general, it had a great feel, and it really introduced people to non-league. I think in lots of different ways who hadn't been there before. And I'm delighted that as a club we can put on these occasions for people and show people what is possible in this amazing thing that we call non-league in England that's so far down the ladder, but in every other country they don't have it, and we have to celebrate it, and we did a great job of celebrating it on Saturday with all of you, so thank you very much for coming down.
And anyone who didn't make it or anyone who did and wants to come back, there's a nice bonus game on Saturday, isn't there, that was supposed to be away from home at Burgess Hill, but it's been rearranged, and it's another opportunity to welcome some fans at the Memorial Ground on Saturday.
Yeah, a bit of a weird one really. We got a call on Saturday morning, maybe Friday night, but we didn't want to do any promotion of it ahead of the game on Saturday because we knew that was our sort of singular message, so we waited until Sunday to say that the game had been reversed. But Burgess Hill laying their new plastic 4G pitch, and it's a very weird rule that the FA has. So for league games, they laid their pitch on, it actually gets commissioned today, so Tuesday. For the league, they could play tomorrow. For the FA Cup and the FA Trophy, they can't play for 7 days. So obviously the Saturday coming doesn't fall within that 7-day window, which meant that their options were to forfeit the game or reverse the fixture. We're never a club to shirk a home opportunity, a cash driving opportunity. And we put on a great day 2 years ago against Chesham in this exact round, and hopefully we can do the same against Burgess Hill. They're a good side, they play nice football, and look forward to welcoming people, both Farnham fans and Burgess Hill Town fans, to the Memorial Ground on Saturday. It is an all-ticket event. If you're watching this, you're a season ticket holder, apologies, but FA Cup and FA Trophy games and all Cup games this season are all-ticket events, which means that you can't use your season ticket. You have to go and buy a ticket either online or you can buy it on the gate. My suggestion, based on Saturday, is buy your ticket online. We've also made it so that you have to buy a kids ticket alongside your adults ticket if you're bringing kids along with you. It just allows us to be able to project the attendance much better, which means that it'll be better for your safety, for queuing. Overall, your £1 donation for a kids ticket will make your experience better. So please do as much as you possibly can to help us out and buy your tickets as early as possible so we can get ready for every single game going forward.
And we saw the women's team last year go on a historic FA Cup run. The men's team now only a couple of wins away from potentially something similar themselves.
Yeah, look, obviously it's the dream. It's the dream. And we lived a bit of that dream on Saturday with the big crowd and the atmosphere and an exciting game. But the dream is obviously a massive FA Cup tie. Hopefully hosting at the Memorial Ground. We'd take an amazing away day, of course we would. But it would be brilliant to bring them home and get all the spoils of that. But it sometimes can be a distraction. Mr. Johnson is pretty well versed publicly in saying how much he dislikes the cups. I think when it gets to this point, he gets a bit more interested. I think it's all the qualifying rounds over the course of the last couple of years that he hasn't enjoyed as much. But we're obviously at a different level of football now. We get to push ourselves straight into a much more competitive level of these cups, get good ties quickly, and it means, we have a really exciting opportunity if we do manage to get past Burgess Hill on Saturday. And then one more game fourth qualifying round, the likes of Aldershot come in, and then obviously the very exciting first round proper is in our sights. But the women did brilliantly on Sunday, 9-1. They were a class above a team that was in their league as well. Get themselves through to the next round. They got to the first round proper last year and did a brilliant job against a team 3 or maybe 4 levels above them. Took them all the way to the 90th minute at 0-0 before conceding very late and going out on the first round proper. But it was a brilliant day at the Memorial Ground. 400 people came and watched. Do cut down to watch the women. They have drawn Poole Town away next Sunday in the FA Cup. It would be hugely appreciated to bring some away fans for them to be cheered on away at Poole Town, a local neighbour, in the FA Cup. I think it's the second qualifying round. So, yeah, very exciting time to be a Farnham fan, both for the women and the men. And hopefully it's going to be very exciting next 45 minutes for us as well as the boys come back out.
Yeah, Farnham Town were, as we admitted, very much second best for certainly the middle portion of that first half. Got themselves on level terms towards the end of it, but I'm sure that team talk wasn't one of any credit, certainly for that middle portion. But we know Paul Johnson likes to wait a few minutes in the second half before he makes any personnel changes. It'll probably be a similar situation this evening.
You'd expect so. Paul will be shooting towards their fans in this left-hand side. But Farnham Town do have exciting options off the bench, goal-scoring options off the bench. But they'll need to play better than they did in the first half if they want to get a result here tonight and have a happy coach journey home. But 45 minutes, it's level, anything and all things to play for.
So the lights are dimmed again and the players are ready. Well, you would say it was another entertaining first half.
It was.
Even without goalkeepers being worked relentlessly, there's still enough momentum shifts and enough pace about the game to keep it very, very watchable. And we did speculate, we did suggest that O&D might have to do a lot of the running up there, and that has proved to be the case, and it was that running that led to Farnham's equaliser. Okay, Hill just enjoying a bit of banter with the fans in this terrace. And we are back underway. And Farnham started the first half brightly, and they'd love to do the same again. It's Poole who get the first opportunity to get it into the feet of Gwengui. Farnham didn't have as much possession as they often do in that first half.
And that, to be honest, is full credit to Poole Town, who were excellent.
Yeah, McCormick's been very impressive for them at right back.
It's a nice pass.
Jack Dean, who really did gallop forward at every opportunity towards the end of that first half. Now Slade. To McCormick, who so often has been the man to pick out a killer pass. Shape-wise, it all looks the same for Farnham at the moment. They will continue to try and nick it in this centre circle area where Poole are trying to get it out to their wide players. To Gwengui. Well watched by Stepney.
That's where Farnham needs to be on the ball, picking up the seconds.
And Stepney again comes away with it, and he looks to get Arundel on his way. And it had to be a good touch from Campbell, and it was. Parks will look for Hill here. Kane comes across. Uche.
Yeah, we want to see Uche and Mackenzie on the ball more in this second half. Ball sat a lot with Kanane and Stepney, couldn't quite get it forward into the two centre midfielders.
Hill. And he looked to move it on quickly. Headed down by Kanane, and now Mackenzie. Taylor. That one was aimed to Mason.
Nasty pass. Again, Farnham losing the ball very quickly, almost as fast as when they turn it over, they lose it. Have to look after the ball better.
Decision goes to Poole. It's Campbell. The rain's starting to come down now.
Yeah, it is. That will make the pitch slick up. Not sure which team that really helps more. In the first 10 minutes, I would have said Farnham would have absolutely loved it. It's a lovely throw.
Kept in. Looking inside run there, Campbell. Ignored for now. Here's Hill. Jack Dean trying not to give him any space. Out it comes to Staunton. And now back to Jordan.
It will slick and slip through much faster now. It was kind of checking up a bit in the first half, the long balls. This time it will go all the way through.
It looks like the rain's blowing into Waller's face. We'll certainly get evidence of that in this kick, because it is windy as well.
Yeah, it's really windy.
Yeah, it didn't look too pleasant for Waller.
Yeah, I mean, the weather conditions have changed quite dramatically in the last 10 minutes. No, probably won't translate brilliantly onto the stream, but the wind and the rain, it's a very different game, as that has proven as well. It's going to take probably 5 minutes for both of these teams to get used to the new conditions. Very, very different to the first half. Poole Town fans in excellent voice.
And they've all congregated behind that goal now.
Much better kick from Zaki Waller. And a great
On
header
by Dean to Taylor. Dean, he looks to cause an issue for that defence with the wind. And here's Owen Dean. Just couldn't quite wrap his foot around it.
Yeah, maybe a better opportunity for Leggett, just on the outside of the box, to have a strike at it as it came down off the bounce.
They look to get the forwards involved again.
That's
a
nice.
really neat turn. Gwengwi. Now Taylor. It's good defending that time from Gwengwi.
Can Farnham Town lose the ball?
Loves to cut inside here. Looking for Campbell. Out by Mason. Nobody up there. It's a clear your lines moment that for Mason.
That's a nice ball.
And one he'll get to. No, he won't.
He will.
Well, he has. Right on the byline. And Waller comes to
Does well.
touch. Picked up by Boas. Now Hill. They want the free kick. He went down maybe slightly too easily. And now Owen Dean. Moved for Uche. He's looking to get Mason going down that left-hand side. Canane.
Just nice to see Farnham keep the ball from on 3 passes.
Dean into Taylor. Errol Sanders. Dean to his right. Here is Jack Dean. First time cross from him. And an acrobatic effort. Does not go far wide from Owen Dean.
That was very close. That was very, very close. On target, that's in.
Oh, we saw him do his best Peter Crouch impression with the celebration on Saturday. That was nearly levelling up in the Crouch department.
And it was a lovely move from Farnham. Much better passing sequence. Got Jack Dean to the byline. And it was an acrobatic effort that he connected with brilliantly, and it just whiskered past the post. The goalkeeper was pleased to see it do so.
Lewis. Hill trying his luck from the opposite side. Kept in by Mason for McCormick. Referee letting a few of those go now. Nicely worked. And now Taylor. He's got Jack Dean and Akers to his right if he can time the pass right. Here is Jack Dean. He's getting more and more involved. Wants to find the cross. And does. And the header bobbles
Just
into the
behind
great
Darryl
arms.
Sanders to poke it home.
And they get it on quickly, looking for Campbell.
Nicely
Back with
defended.
Farnham, who have settled down after a ropey first few minutes in the second half.
Nice pass forward, progressive passing now from Farnham. Spells.
Into Taylor. Now Sanders.
Nice.
He was well aware that he was being closed down by Campbell. Now it's with Mason. And his cross in towards Sanders takes a nick. But much improved in these last few moments.
Just a few passes. I mean, it's really as simple as that.
And there you see Poole boot it all the way down the other end of the pitch, inviting Farnham onto them.
That stand is packed full of Poole Town fans. Behind Zachy Waller's goal.
Given away by Taylor. Poole given away. It's a period of a bit of sloppiness from them, which we didn't really see coming. They came out and started the second half well. Jack Dean furious that he didn't get that from Canane. Mason. Dean still desperate for the ball. He might get it now from Stepney. It's a nice take from Dean. And he's fizzed it through for Owen Dean. And Jack Dean, another handball claim, and this one's given. Well worked from Farnham Town, and they've now got the chance to take the lead.
Yeah, and it's been that right-hand side that's caused issues over the course of the last 10 minutes. Jack Dean, Owen Dean, both running in, and that was a golden chance pulled back to Jack Dean, who struck it well with his left foot, and it was blocked as he slid with his arm up above his head, and it was goal-bound, that shot. It's a soft one, I have to admit, it's a soft one, but the referee had a much better view of it than I did.
Yeah, the Dean brothers combining, as they have done multiple times tonight. Well, we saw Bobby Joe Taylor miss one against Wimborne. He grabs the ball for now. Darryl Sanders making his way towards a penalty spot. And it will be Darryl Sanders. And the tide has just turned in Farnham's favour. Can they make the most of it? Harry Hugo can't watch next to me.
I hate penalty. Just should score, shouldn't you?
Sanders being made to wait. And Darryl Sanders does the job. Farnham a goal behind, now a goal ahead.
It was an excellent penalty. Daz took the first Farnham penalty in this team's cycle 2 years ago, missed it inside the post. Charlie Postance crossed it, Owen Dean scored a header, but he's been off penalties since. He scored when he come on as a sub at Southall away as a penalty, but that's the only penalty incident he's been involved in the last 2 years, and that was an excellent, excellent finish.
And Farnham are going to react to that moment by making a couple of changes. Ben Purcell, one of them.
Is that Sam Evan?
Looks like it. Only 4 men on the bench for Farnham tonight, and half of them are about to come and try and see out a very promising position. Imran Uche making way. His first league start for the club is now in the books.
Yeah, I think the slick surface really suits Ben Purcell. He's got a huge amount of time to make an impact here, half an hour. What I would say about Paul Johnson's subs is he always gives them an opportunity to make an impact.
Matt McKenzie also making way. Good shift from him tonight.
Yeah, Tom Leggett and Ben Purcell looking to keep the ball, Farnham, clearly.
So, we spoke earlier about how Farnham have had the answers to all the questions they've been asked so far this season, and coming from behind to take the lead tonight, just further proof of that. But there's going to be more and more coming their way in the next half an hour.
A total recalibration of the front six here. Darryl Sanders dropping into the 10. More of a conventional front two in Sam Evans and Owen Dean. And then a brand new central midfield partnership in Ben Purcell and Tom Leggett. Energy, passing. Farnham will look to retain the ball much better with those two.
And opportunity now for Campbell. Jack Dean came across, and now Purcell and Farnham might be able to break here. You've got Owen Dean.
Sam Evans got to be looking for it.
Taylor's looking for it. And coming across there with Slade.
No foul.
Picked up by Lewis. Farnham win it back with Sanders. Here's Mason. Jack Dean. Taylor just tried to lay it off to Sanders. Free kick given away by Taylor.
Yeah, it's not been his best performance in the Farnham shirt so far. You know he's capable of big moments, and his harrying attitude will be key for Farnham to see this game out. He will not stop running. But needs to do better at ball retention. It's not been his finest display so far on the ball. Sam Evans gives Farnham something totally different going forward. True sort of target man, but he's got pace in behind. Not obviously fully fit, but or not match fit, I think is probably a better way of putting it. Not as sharp as maybe he wants to be.
Poole looking for a route back into this. And Slade maybe trying to force the issue there a little bit.
Yeah, that's much better from Farnham. Good shape. Blocking off the passing channels. Frustrating Poole Town. Poole won't know how they're behind.
Fans certainly going to continue to roar their team on. They're going to continue to make life as difficult as they can for Waller.
I mean, that is some bank behind the Waller goal. That's a great kick as well.
Yeah, straight down the middle from Waller. Owen Dean. Just looking to feed it round the corner for Evans.
Yeah, and he's got a willing runner now in his partner, Owen Dean, with Sam Evans. Farnham's still got two forwards as options off the bench as well. And we know how good Ogo Obi was when he came on against Dorchester at the death, sealing it for Farnham Town.
On a much nicer day than we got ourselves here.
Really good. Oh, it was a good option from Owen Dean.
It's in Poole's best interest to move it quickly now. About 25 minutes. And the direct approach again, this time looking for Diaz. Away by Kinane and picked up by Mason. Mason back to Waller. He takes a chance. Works out in the end. Always likes to take a touch and try and pick out a pass, Waller, rather than just booting it clear. Not always the best for your nerves, but
no, I'll be honest. But he's very accomplished with his feet. I think probably that plays into it. You know, he knows he's capable of making a pass. Doesn't want to waste the ball. Just leg it, boots it clear. That's great from Owen Dean.
Controlled by Dean. He's got Taylor up alongside him. He's got Evans as well, making the run through the middle. Dean keeps going.
Got to use the ball, Owen Dean. Did all the hard work.
Here's McCormick. And he's looking for Wengri, who finally have done a good job of keeping relatively quiet tonight.
Yeah, he had a few chances in the first half, didn't he, when he ran through the channel between the left centre-back and left-back.
Farnham are going to make another change quite quickly after
that really close. Jesus. They're so quick to close down the centre-backs.
Well, we know that they were watching Farnham clips in the bar area earlier on. I'm sure they saw that goal at Dorchester that Farnham conceded. And Owen Dean couldn't quite bring it under control. But there are going to be chances in transition for Farnham if we'll continue to commit bodies forward like that. taken away again, this time by Sanders.
So frustrating. Farnham doing so well to turn the ball over in good areas and then just wasting the ball.
Slade. Good work from him. Cut out by Stepney.
Who's had a brilliant game, by the way, Jordan Stepney.
Down the line by Mason. Now Sanders. Can Farnham make more of their opportunity this time? Another header. One initially by Stepney. It might still come for Campbell.
That's brilliantly done.
Diaz. And he looks for the 1-2. And now Farnham can come again with Dean. He wants it back from his brother. And
He's going to get that.
Owen Dean.
Keep running at him, Owen.
Staunton.
Keep running at him. Oh, he did everything right again. Just the final product wasn't perfect.
He only really had Evans up with him. The angle wasn't really on to play it across. Here's Lewis. Stepney dragged out to try and deal with Campbell there. Dean also helping out, and Dean winning it back for Farnham momentarily. Now Hill. Hill is round Dean, and it keeps going, and it's still in. That was a dangerous moment for Farnham.
Was.
Now Staunton.
This is much better from Poole Town.
Lowers. Decent delivery. Mason committed himself. Sanders went in. Now Gwengwi. Mason trying to win this little tussle with Gwengwi and gets the decision.
And there will be another substitute for Farnham Town. Looks like it's Great Evans. Expecting it then to be either Daryl Sanders or Owen Dean. But Farnham are looking to...
Looks like it is Owen Dean.
Probably
Shakes his head.
Probably just to hold the ball up a bit better. Great Evans will back into the players, hold the ball, allow the players to come forward. Owen's been excellent. Run tirelessly. We said at the start of the game he's probably got 60, 70 minutes of running in him, and we're going to have likelihood of a substitute in the forward areas with the plethora of options off the bench.
A couple of changes for the hosts as well. Salim Syed is on. Straight into an attacking area. Henry Spalding also has been introduced.
20 minutes for Farnham Town to hold on and to go top of the league.
Who will do everything in their power to prevent that from happening. Evans to Great Evans' first involvement.
Good to get them on the ball early. This is where they're good, Poole Town. They leave players high, make it difficult for Farnham to clear their lines. Did so again.
Purcell steals it. But Hill. Dean was perfectly positioned. But the crowd are getting into it again.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough 20 minutes this. It's going to need character.
Very reminiscent of the Dorchester situation.
It really is. Early second half goal. Farnham lots of defending. This time we have 11 men.
Forward comes Campbell. He's given it away.
Now there needs to be runners.
Sam Evans is one of them. And that's a
nice pass.
Really nice ball from Taylor. Great Evans makes the run inside for Evans to try and target. And it comes for Sanders. And Taylor. And up into the air and into the grateful arms of Adam Parks.
Not badly worked from Farnham.
Fresh legs up there, offering plenty of movement.
Yeah, Evans is always, well, Sam Evans is always going to be a willing runner into those channels. Really does give you that option on the break, especially. Looks like Ogo Obi is being readied as well, and that I imagine will be for Daryl Sanders. Great Evans will drop into the 10 then, I imagine. Or we could see a total change of formation, but we have 3 strikers on the pitch with lead. But Paul Johnson doesn't have a great deal of choice if he's looking to freshen things up.
Sayed.
Tricky player.
That's inside. Wondered if he was going to let fly. Opted against it. Poole pushing up and up. Farnham want to make the change. Slow it all down. Made these changes in instalments. It is Daryl Sanders, the man who at the moment is the deciding factor in this game with this penalty. Won by Jack Dean, converted by Daryl Sanders. Although Obi scored against Sholing, scored at Dorchester.
Scores important goals. Tonight would be very important too.
Well, that would really make it a Dorchester carbon copy if he was to do that.
Very capable.
Great Evans does drop into that number 10 position.
I think we'll see Argo probably is the most central of the forwards. That's a nice ball.
Nice control as well by Hill. Purcell cuts it out fine, doing a good job of cutting off all those angles. Forward by Dean, and Obi was offside. Waller yet to really be worked. It's the biggest compliment you can pay Farnham, despite this pressure they're under from Poole, who...
That's a nice touch.
Don't lose many games here. Evans, loose touch from him.
Yeah, again, Farnham Town winning the ball, losing it quickly. It's been a theme.
Plenty back for them. Here's Sayed. Cutting inside again. He'll shoot this time. He's given a little nudge by Jack Dean.
Nice pass.
Still a crossing opportunity. Spalding just closed down in time.
That's a nice pass too.
And that one doesn't come off.
That one was less nice. Poole starting to get forward, and Saeed looks like a danger man on this left-hand side, looking to cut.
Zaki Waller with some more oohs and ahs to contend with from behind the goal.
It's windy.
Pushed by Evans. Earns another free kick for Poole. Carried forward by Jordan. Stepney looking down the left channel. Campbell. Purcell again with the interception. And Dean and Evans left it for each other. Taylor goes in and wins it back.
Midfield been much better since the changes, but that was a poor pass from Purcell.
Excellent shape from Farnham, just lacking that ability to maintain possession. Here's Obi. Goes down.
Probably too easily. It gives Farnham a tiny bit of respite.
That's good work. Farnham need to get back again. They've got Hill now to defend. And again, he cuts inside. Now, Lewis on for Campbell. Dean went in and just did enough to put.
Yeah, did really well, Jack Dean. Just about got a toe to it. Would have been a booking and a dangerous free kick if he hadn't timed it correctly.
Is it a little bit predictable with the Poole inside forwards always looking to cut in?
Yeah, feels so. Just don't want him to have a clear strike at goal. Surface is obviously very slick.
Farnham just crowding out the centre of the pitch, and left foot from long range from McCormick.
I'm not sure how that looked on the camera, but that was miles away. It just looked good because of how it bounced out, but that was a long way away and completely unnecessary. And Farnham Town will take it all day long.
Well, that's probably credit to Farnham for how they've restricted Poole to that sort of opportunity, not allowing any space through the middle. And as I mentioned, the wide players not really looking to get to the byline.
That's a great kick from Waller. Again, Farnham can't hold the ball. Back to Poole. Imagine that'll be the theme of the next 15 minutes of game time.
And those second balls are going to need to be won by Farnham. Mason shrugs off his man. Now, Great Evans, and it's another pass that's been picked off. A nice quick movement there from Poole, getting forward, but Mason sticks to his task really well. And now Great Evans has another chance.
Now Farnham needs to hold the ball.
Evans.
They don't do it again. Very frustrating. Defending has been brilliant from Farnham. Turning over the ball has been brilliant. The usage of the ball, just to slow the game down, buy themselves some time, has been poor. Usually what they're so good at. But that is also credit to Poole. This has been an excellent game.
Brandon Mason's going into the book here for time wasting, I think.
One of those annoying yellow cards. We've got 10 minutes left to defend.
On by Evans, and now Obi looking to use that strength of his to stay in play. Mason will not take so much time over this throw, I'm sure.
He won't, but he got away with one. It's skipping through.
It's been another excellent performance for Mason at left back. The entire back four, really. Purcell with time. You would love to just see Farnham hold on to it for a minute or two now.
Yeah, these are key moments.
Dean looking for Taylor.
That's nice. That's not nice.
And picked up by Hill, who's trying to grab this game by the scruff of the neck. Looking to push it through for Said, and the groans around the ground say it all there. Slade. They get challenges. Everybody bar Obi behind the ball for Farnham. Purcell getting a foot in, the flag going up against Poole. So allows Farnham another chance to slow it down.
You know what I said about games going really quick at this level? I have to say, this game and Dorchester's second half have gone really slow. 9 minutes left. Could really do with that timer starting to speed up. Just thinking about my coach journey home. That's nice.
Evans. Hey, Evans. There's a few in the box for him to aim at. Slade held it up well. Now it's with Slade. Challenges coming flying in from Farnham, and the free kick goes against them.
That's fair. That's fair.
Another change coming for Poole. And that's the end of Josh McCormick's evening. Charlie Davis on in his place. Positive move from Poole, who are searching for a level up. Staunton. Now Campbell. Here's Slade. Just to float one up to the
nice
right-hand side. And that's just going to run out.
First half that checks up, and he gets to it. Second half, totally different.
Can't imagine Waller will be in any great rush with this goal kick.
Nor do I want him to be. This is a yellow card I'd take. Non-defensive yellow card.
He played it short to Stepney. Stepney looks for Obi. Second ball picked up by Purcell and
That's
moved
good.
on to Jack Dean.
Keep the ball, Farnham. Keep the ball. Sensible. Every few seconds count now.
Leggett, nicely worked. Into Obi.
That's really good.
Now Jack Dean is in space again. Jack Dean cuts inside.
Don't mind that at all. Excellent work from Farnham. Moved it from side to side well. Obi did really well. What's going on up here? Oh, they got the ball.
Now down to the final 6 minutes of regulation time.
There are probably 10 left though, if not more. I expect 5 minutes, maybe 6. No injuries.
Staunton. On to Lowers. Out for Hill now. A nice turn there from Sayed. Purcell standing him up. Sayed cutting in. And floating one into the grateful arms of Waller.
Yeah, comfortable enough for Zaki Waller. We were right behind it. Always had space to make the save.
On by Obi. We'll be back with Poole.
Oh, it's going to be a horrible 10 minutes for me to watch this. It really is.
It has been relatively comfortable though. Nothing really for Waller to be concerned with. Farnham have managed it well up to a certain point. The passing is maybe the one area you'd look to improve upon. As Poole look to work their way through the middle, trying to earn a free kick there, and whacked out by Mason for a
throw. Again, poor clearance to nobody. Farnham turned the ball over and lost the ball quickly.
Poole Town fans still believe.
As they should. They've been good for the 90 minutes. They haven't, like you said, they haven't created a huge amount of chances, but they have been good.
Have they got one chance in them? That's what it will all come down to. Obi closing down the goalkeeper who goes down.
That was close. That was really close.
Taylor, who's sat himself in the number 6 position there. On to Obi, who couldn't bring it in for Farnham. It will come back at them. Taylor really sitting in.
Yeah, he knows how much this can mean to Farnham, going top of the table. I know it's early. I know we're talking about it very, very early, but momentum matters in football.
Evans wins it back, and now Obi has a chance to run at Staunton. And he's got Mason with him. Can he release the ball? Does in the end to Mason. He'll take his time. Away it goes. Be back with Great Evans now.
Got to hold the ball. Doesn't. Had to secure the ball there, Great Evans.
Taylor will continue to contest those duels, but it's Jordan Stepney in the end who has to make the challenge. And it's with Farnham again. Mason, and well, he's managed to win a free kick, and that's exactly what he wanted.
So valuable. Man, I'm actually Slade. I agree. I think both Slade and whoever the number 6 is, Lowe's, has been. I mean, they've seen so much of the ball in those two midfielders. If I was picking a Farnham Town man of the match, I'd give it to Jordan Stepney. I think he's done everything right so far.
Yeah, they've made this task look a lot easier than it has been in reality. We've got a bit of a stoppage here, which will only add to the number that goes on the board in a couple of minutes' time.
Didn't need that. Didn't need it.
Farnham Town sitting pretty at the top as it stands. They'd love that to be the case overnight.
I haven't looked at any of the other results, so have a quick look.
Plymouth Parkway have just scored and equalizer 3-3 against Dorchester, having been 3-0 down.
Wow. Wow. Evesham 1, Hungerford 1. Chertsey lead Hanwell, although they're miles behind. Miles behind. Although Hanwell have just had a goal and then a red card almost immediately. Uxbridge lead Berkhamsted. Uxbridge were meant to be the kicking boys in this league. They've started really, really well. Yate lead Tiverton. Chris Zabrowski with a goal for Yate. We saw him at step 5, aged 52.
He's moved up a levels.
Yeah. Maybe the game suits him more at this level.
West Country superstar.
Absolutely. 6 minutes, I'm being told, from the other side of the pitch. I'd take that based on the 2 minutes I've just seen wasted.
We'll see if it is 6 or whether that's 6 plus the stoppage we just had.
Well done from Great Evans.
Free discussion. Here's Obi. And Obi fires one towards goal.
That was really close.
He thought it was a corner.
Great Evans did really well there.
Well, the clock is very much Farnham's friend now.
I hate this.
Good touch from Spalding. Still not any great deal of width, though, available to Poole. Slade.
Now there is.
And the flag stays down, and the ball comes in.
Brilliant from Canane.
Canane gets a really good foot to it.
Brilliant from Purcell. Now the ball needs to be secured.
Evans unable to secure it. Poole wanted the free kick. They do have the ball, and they do actually get the free kick.
I think it's more of a head injury, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be a drop ball. To Lois. Now's the time to do it, says a supporter. What a delivery that is. And right in front of goal.
What a chance.
Wengwi with the best opportunity he's had all night.
They would have wanted it to fall to their number 9, their top goal scorer this season.
Finally got away from his man. And he was right in front of goal. Just got the contact all wrong.
Yeah, that was a huge chance.
The chances have been few and far between. And now the ball goes up with 6 minutes, so here's Obi. Might go alone here, Obi. Just drags his effort.
He shouted at by his teammates. He wanted to bleed the clock.
Don't blame him for going for goal. The execution, though, not there for Obi that time.
4 to go.
Here's Campbell. Harry Hugo struggling alongside me.
Yeah, so I hate this. I hate this. I know they've got one more chance in them.
But they've just had their best one yet.
That's nice.
It's worked through nicely again. And it's another opportunity, and this time they take it. And the man who opened the scoring, IK Hill, is the man who looks like he's earned a point for Poole Town this evening. Farnham couldn't hold on any longer. The pressure was ramped up in added time. And it looks like the spoils are going to be shared.
Yeah. Very frustrating. Came from a good spell of dominance for Poole Town. And Farnham now need to be conscious of securing the point.
Well, that's another high score draw as it stands for them. 2-2 Saturday, 2-2 tonight. Had a 3-3 this season as well. Evans gets the throw. Leaves it for Jack Dean. Stepney. Now Mason. Taylor. Goes down. Lost his balance. Well, now it's Poole that are sitting in.
Weird. Such a weird game. Such a weird game.
And the only question is whether we will play 96 minutes or whether that 6 was not including the 2-minute stoppage we saw right at the start of added time. Poole might sense there's one more chance in it for them. Too aggressive there. Brandon Mason to a roar behind the goal.
What a chance this is for Poole Town.
Farnham were minutes away from ending the night top of the table. It looks like it's will be their opponents who do just that.
Great
and
knock.
It goes, claimed by Waller. Kinane. 30 seconds. And it's a misplaced pass from Kinane. And that might spell the end of Farnham's chances of taking all 3 points from this trip to the South Coast.
I don't think it's an unfair result, if I'm honest. I think Farnham were excellent in the second half, scored the goal. But yeah, I think Poole have been probably the better team over the 90 minutes. And they might get one more chance.
Well, the 96 minutes are now up. Farnham wanted a free kick there for the push on Dean. So it's all up to the referee now. Goal, of course, ate up some of this added time. Still we go on. Forward by Kinane. Controlled by Obi. And he's still got it. And he's got Evans on the run. And Farnham will get a throw deep in Poole territory. They need a ball. I suspect we will play up to about 98.
Feel like this will be the last chance.
No foul.
Chatting looking for an option. Settles for Kinane. Floats a high one in. And Obi gets a shot off. Goes behind 4. A Farnham corner.
Did all the hard work, Obi, to find an opening. Struck it so well as well. We were right behind it. It was destined for the corner.
Now, this is very reminiscent of Gosport when Farnham tried to find the winner from the corner right at the death. The delivery from Bobby Joe Taylor here is of utmost importance.
This will be the last chance, you sense.
And it's away at the near post. And all the way out now. They get the last man back for Farnham.
My word.
Purcell looks to his left. Headed on by Evans.
How long's he going to play?
Well, enough time, it seems, for Poole to carve out one more chance. One back by Leggett, and the full-time whistle goes. And a dramatic ending. It ends all square.
Probably a fair result.
They took the lead in the first half. Farnham came back, almost secured all 3 points. Final score, Poole Town 2, Farnham Town 2.
Thank you very much for watching on. Appreciate it. A fair result, I think. Poole Town were excellent in large spells. Farnham Town scored goals at key moments, but that wasn't enough to hold on after a 93rd minute goal for Poole Town. Equalizers, and we come away a point apiece. Not sure if we move up the table by any positions. Yeah, we move up by 1 position to 4th, but we move on to Saturday. Burgess Hill Town at home in the FA Cup. Get your tickets online. You will need them, and we will see you then at home on Saturday for the FA Cup.
Thanks very much.